everybody, here we are back again for the last part of the stone building build. Well, I started to glue these together, and I'm using this stuff by Loctite. It's a 2-part epoxy, because that's what the instructions said to glue it with. Now, I attempted earlier to try to do it with regular plastic glue, and it just didn't work. So I'm hoping this epoxy works. So we'll see how long it says to let it. I'll be able to work with it after 7 minutes of bonding. So I'm waiting 7 minutes. I got this side here glued and this side here glued. And after they bond good enough that I can handle them, I'm going to glue them together and make the square. That's the plan. We'll see if that works. Thank you. I'll be back as soon as something comes along here. All right, I'm back. You can see I successfully glued it all together. And let me get my pointer here. I added this little piece right there for the roof. And it actually that glue dries to in about 7 minutes. Okay, to use again. I mean, just made me think of something here. This stuff right here, okay, that Loctite glue, it's a one-shot thing. Glue as much stuff as you can together while you can, because you can't close it off and it glues itself shut after a moment or two. So I got one project on it, and I think that stuff was like $5 for a package at the dollar store. So $5 to glue this together. So this piece of cardboard, it's going to be the roof, and I have to trim it, but it goes kind of in here like so, and I got to trim it to where it fits down in there. All right, they almost make it to where it ain't much more. I might make my own piece out of styrene. I don't much care for that. But I do give you some pretty cool, where's it at? I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, you can see it. And I'll try to get it under the light there. But if you could get a close-up, you can see it has ridges in it. And then you cut this. He said 3 pieces should do the roof. I hope that all works good, because I think that'll make a cool looking roof. And I can weather that up really cool, make it look all kind of rusty and stuff. And once I get the roof on, I paint, trim around the edges there where I didn't get. A couple things that I don't like about the model. I don't know. I can't handle it enough yet to where I can pick it up and show you. But there are a couple things that I don't much care for this. Probably never, if I'd seen one in a store or something, I'd probably never buy one again. And I'll give you my takes on that. One, I got to buy that nasty glue. 2-part epoxy stuff, and boy, it stinks too. And but it does work good. I'll give it that. But it's a one-shot deal. It really is a one-shot deal. Once you open it, there ain't no way to close it off. So you're kind of stuck with it. So I did enough to do mine. The first couple, I did it in 2 pieces like that, and the first couple was like cool. It worked good. Now I want to go use it again. I had to throw the little nozzle away and just come straight out of that, which didn't give you much control over how much came out. So Didn't much care for the glue, so that's a bad review for the glue. I will say this, once it starts to harden, it hardens pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see how it holds up in the long run on this model here. So I'll be back when the glue dries and I can show you more. Maybe I'll have this little piece of cardboard trimmed up. See, show what it looks like on there. So, well, it didn't get much of a overhang there, but all right, we'll see what comes up. All right. I'm being gentle because it's still dry, and it says 24 hours for complete cure. 20 minutes, it says it's usable, but I couldn't help to cut the roof and put it on. So that's how it's coming out. You can see it with the light. I'm going to start the roofing stuff, but I think I'm going to let this dry up good first, and then do the roofing material. Plus, I think I'm going to straighten up. I wanted to show you a few things though that I don't care for about this model. One, if you look here at these seams, I know on camera they're very noticeable. I think they could have been a little bit better. I tried sanding them up a little to make them fit tighter. This one here really, you know. And then the glue that you use, that stuff is, I don't care. I'll never buy, I will try not to buy anything that has to use that kind of two-part epoxy again, because I don't care if I ever use it again in my life. That's how much I like it. And so, but otherwise, I like the way it looks with the stone. The stone really looks good. I'm going to try straightening it up a little bit better here after it dries completely. What I'm going to do is, and I'll probably show it, but I'm going to put the. Try to get this in. I'll try to throw some wash on that, make it look a little less noticeable. If you can see any of the yellow, which I don't know how it's showing up on camera, but boy, you can definitely see it in the picture. Plus, I'm going to touch up the edges up here and back there so that you can it'll look a little bit more decent. We'll put the roofing material on this piece of cardboard, put it on there, and as far as the building structure itself, it'll be done. It's that simple of a build. It is a fairly simple build. It's educational for me because I learned a little bit, and like I said, I like the way it looks. That stone looks great on there, buddy, I'll tell you. So this will be a nice little addition. I have some barrels and stuff here I'll probably paint up and put around it from the Tichy group. I don't know if you can see that in the, but maybe a couple old crates or something. Make it look like a, you know, what I'm intending it for, just an old shed. I'll see if I can find some other junk to lay around and make it look like a train shed. So, alrighty, be back when I got another development. All right, I'm back here at the building. I took the roof off, and right now I've got right here, you can see I've got some weight on the I glued the roofing material on, which it wasn't bad. I cut it with the um, with my knife, and it turned out pretty good. Here, let me show you. I put it on there because that I didn't take my own advice, and I put it on that cardboard instead of cutting a piece of styrene and putting it on, which I should have done because the cardboard was starting to bow. So I put that weight on it, which it seems like it took that on there, but as you can see, turned out pretty good. I get that weathered a little bit. I painted the edges of the cardboard. I took a magic marker and just darkened them in. So anywhere there was, it'll look like tar. And then, I can't do that. Might have to trim this a little. Yeah, because it's, where's this at? Okay. Yes. See if I can just trim this a little without destroying it. I made it a little bit, I made it tight because I wanted it tight, but this is getting ridiculous here. See that one down here too. We're just gonna push it in. I might not have to glue it. Hope you can see what I'm doing. But I'm taking my knife and kind of putting it into place there. Which I should have put the glue down first, because now I have to pull it back up to put the glue in. Well, maybe I can get the glue from the underside. Yes, sir, I can. See, I can get it from the underside. And I won't have to pull it back up. So I don't want it bowing like it's doing. I think this calls for tacky glue. And so you can see, I'm just squeezing it. Well, I guess you can't see, but squeezing it in there. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush and work it in there a little. Paintbrush. Work that in there. Good. Good. I don't know if you can see that in there or not. I know you get the lighting here isn't the best, but what I did is I just took the brush and worked it along the edges there and worked it in there. Now I'm going to take it, put my little weight right there in the center so it don't bow up, and it holds it down, and that should do the trick. We'll let that glue set up for a little while and show you the end results here. I do want to take and put some of the my wash from the other video, and I'm going to put some wash down through here in the cracks, touch it up here along the edges on the inside there where I had to paint because I didn't paint it before because I wasn't sure how the roof would be. I just seen something that I want to fix. The nice thing about this little foil type roofing material that they gave me with this, it's pretty easy to work with. So I didn't measure quite well enough and got it a little bit in the middle. I should have maybe put the center one, the center piece down a little further so it was a little more evened out. But you know what? The guys that built this weren't the smartest, and they don't really know how to read a tape measure real good, so they just slapped it together. So I had to simulate that. So I'm awful. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm going to touch up here a little bit. As you can see, I'm a very impatient type person. So I am going to take some of my wash that I think it needs stirred up a little bit. Let me take my pointer here. We're going to stir it up because there's a lot of sediment down there on the bottom. I shook it, but it didn't seem like it. Boy, does that stink too. Wow. Might have to throw this one, these out eventually, and it's still working, so who cares? But maybe get something that doesn't stink as bad. And we're just going to touch up here. Down them corners. And see, it'll dry and it'll blend right in, see? I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me here. So, but anyhow, you're getting the gist of it. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not. I can't tell. If you can even tell what I'm doing. So. All right. Let's take these off. If it comes up, it comes up. It's a $2 model. Quit being so picky, Reed. Wilmer. Whatever. Whatever you want to call me. Uncle Wilmer. I'm even going to put some on the roof here to get the weathering started. To dull it down a little. Maybe. The nice thing about this, it dries really fast. Got the seams all pretty good here. They were the uckiest looking things. I'll do that again in there. Okay. I've been trying to think of a way I could hide them. And I'm there. I think that'll do the trick. Get some more. Let's let that dry and see what happens, huh? Can you? Let me show you here. Now, set things out of the way here. You know what? I'm going to reposition things here so that you can get some better light. This is ridiculous trying to show this. Now it needs to dry yet. Here, I'll show you what I did to the roof there. You can see it gave that roof a whole different look. If I can get it back here, maybe. Turn this up a little. Yeah. Okay, and I'm not done yet with that roof, so. But anyhow, as you can see, this pretty much completes what they tell you to do. Well, on the kit. Let me see here. Move some junk. I need to do the Jerry challenge and clean up my work area. If you don't know what I mean, go to Jerry Sats. Check out the Jerry Sats challenge, and because I definitely need to do that. Let me move this back here. Maybe I can get a better look at it. Yeah, there you can see it a little better. Maybe I can zoom. Okay, zinc in here. There you can see a little better. Putting it right under that light. There's the side view. There's the back. It ain't completely dried yet, but and there you go. And that completes this build, other than some weathering and that, and you'll see it soon enough with the little extras that I do for the weathering and so forth on a different series, okay? But that completes building this sucker. It's a fairly easy build to do. The only challenges I had with it was the cutting of the actual mold and gluing it together, which it really wasn't that big of a deal. Let's get you to the front because it looks better. Let's get you over here in the light. Yeah, feel better. And I think it looks pretty cool. So, all right. And that completes it. I thank you for watching. And God bless. Take care. We love you. And to the next series.